Welcome to CoinBook. My name is Calvin Waite, and I'm a professional crypto trader. Hey guys, I kind of wanted to give you a heads up that I'm not giving out any t-shirts anymore, mostly because now that I've started working on Humble, it's been taking a lot of my energy, and I don't want to really distract from that brand with the CoinBook brand. CoinBook is still my personal pet project, and I'm still going to do videos, and I really enjoy talking about crypto, and I love the friendships and conversations and comments that we have. But I'm going to kind of back off of pushing pushing CoinBook as a brand. So we're just going to have fun, keep things loose, keep talking about crypto, having a good time. But no more shirts for now, just because I'm focusing a lot more on Humble. So I hope you understand. So do you guys like the fact that on March 13th of 2020, less than a year ago, we hit a low of 3,850 on Bitcoin? And we're now trading at 47,000. If you ever wonder if markets have cycles, they have cycles. And just remember that as we do our crazy wild upside cycle, there will eventually be a downside. So as awesome as it is, and we're still pushing for higher numbers, like we are seriously on the verge of a breakout here, but we have to keep ourselves in check because there is a lot of excitement, a lot of bulls, a lot of green, and these days don't last forever. So we have to keep we got to keep our heads on so we don't get too excited about it. I wanted to go back into the history and show you guys the longest green zone that we had in the entire 2017 bull run was at the end here. And it lasted for 96 days. We had a parabolic, absolute blow off top end of our bull cycle, and our green zone lasted 96 days. Today, we're at 108 days. We have not taken a break. And it does make me, as exciting as it is, and really, I mean, this is absolutely phenomenal. And there's no weakness here. We have supports in both places. We've got two supports that we're trading above. We're above every average under the sun. We've got our 50-day and week. Everything's in alignment. Like everything's just heading for the stars. But we just have to keep in the back of our minds that every market has a cycle, and we gotta think about that and keep that in check. So anyway, Bitcoin's looking absolutely beautiful. We're just right in line with this move. Today we started off finding a little bit of support around the bodies of these candles here. We're coming back up off of it. And if we attempt a high again, we're going to pop. So our high today was 49,000. 50 is just right there. And I did want to say one thing about the 50 mark. The 50 mark is as critical as the 1,000 or the 10,000 line. When we were at the 10,000 line, do you guys remember how we were just kind of messing with it, and we just couldn't quite get the momentum, and we were getting rejected off of it, and we were just kind of struggling along. We just crisscrossed over and over and over and over and over. But then finally, when we did break out over the 10,000 line, that big kind of emotional round number, it took a giant candle to get us there. What I'm expecting is a giant candle. We're messing around, and I know we're at the top of a swing, but I'm betting that when we break 50,000, we'll probably spike to like 52,000 or 53. It's not going to be this little cool. we made it to $50,001. It's going to be quite an event because that round number, all the news media outlets and everyone, they've got it all queued up. They've got their article written 3 days ago on, hey, Bitcoin's finally beat 50,000. It's going to be a big event. And so when we finally cross it, it's going to be explosive. I'm not sure how high we'll go, and I don't know how long it'll take before we retest it, but it's going to be fun. So keep that in your mind. It's going to be explosive. We've been waiting for days, and it's coming. So now here's a chart that makes me giddy as a schoolgirl. That's probably the nerdiest thing you're going to hear all day long, guys. But anyway, this is incredible. Look at this. So yesterday so after we had popped up above our pivot line here, we have come down and absolutely perfectly found it as support. And now today we are bouncing hard. And we are retesting the altcoin market tops. So we're at about 11.8 million Bitcoin as a total market cap. This right here is a continuation. We are still going. And the one thing that I've been watching for is where is it coming from, right? Because a lot of the altcoin market strength will come from usually the large cap coins. Well, look at our others' dominance. I kind of feel like this is a little glitchy, but Bitcoin dominance has dropped by 1.3% today. And is Bitcoin showing signs of weakness? No, down 0.7%. That's as flat as Bitcoin gets. So what this means is alts are getting a ton of money, an absolute ton of money. And I was scrolling through to see where on earth it was all going, because there are some larger cap coins that are getting a decent amount of money. But they're all single digits. Like there's no crazy thing happening. So there really is a lot of strength in alts, and we'll go through a bunch today, but this is pretty incredible. The amazing thing about this others dominance chart is that the top line is now intact. Like we've had a kind of a wild consolidation and weird thing here, but with us spiking up like this, our line is back in shape. So yeah, it's amazing. Like this is quite a day. And remember what I said yesterday is that if we break above these highs, we have a target. Like we have a giant target. We're looking at about a 16 million Bitcoin market cap for the entire altcoin market cap. It's really funny because I listened to a couple of news type of YouTubers and different things. I just really like hearing what's going on. And for a while there, everyone was just like, stay away from alts, stay away from alts, stay away from alts. And then on our channel, we were like, hey, here we go. This is our breakout. Here it is, mid-January. Like we called this alt season so early compared to everybody else. And we're just like, yeah, we're breaking out right here. Like this is the structure we're looking for. Like there's so many coins that are looking so good. And then like a month later, now everyone's just like, alts. It cracks me up. So anyway, I'm glad we're keeping it one step ahead of the rest, and this is pretty fun. I hope you guys are enjoying this, but there's plenty more upside. I mean, we have coins that have just barely started exiting the red zone, so we have tons of upside happening. Anyway, this is good. Hey, everybody enjoying that bull market today? This month, this is how you do it. This is what riding the bull is looking like right now. Buckle up. We're going through all the coins. BCH in the red zone, looks like crap. Ethereum, we're finding support on our pivot line. We have not seen a full upswing yet because this is not, this all feels like one down move. We're still waiting for our upswing. So there can definitely be some upside on Ethereum. BSV still in the red zone. I don't see any strength here. We're still waiting on that. Litecoin, we were so close to getting out, but we definitely rejected back in. We'll see. We have so many touches though in the most recent past and almost no touches on our bottom support, which is old by the way. This is very, 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 very old. All of our touches are on the top side, so a breakout to the upside is likely. So I'm watching that. Tron finally made a move. Yesterday's candle was beautiful. Rejected off the 100, so this is like picture perfect. You break out of the red zone, you touch the 100, step 1. Step 2, consolidate for a bit. Step 3, break out of the 100. So we're watching Tron. This is on pace, doing exactly what we want it to. Everything looks really nice here. BAT, total breakout day. We launched above. So this is what I was talking about with Tron. We get rejected by the 100, we consolidate, and then when we finally break out, we're up looking for the 200. It's just one step after another. And yeah, BAT looks beautiful. This thing looks awesome. So much upside. All the suffering we did from September all the way through January, it's going to pay off. As long as you didn't lose all your liquidity and you kept your position small on the way down if you did make mistakes and get in, which I made plenty. As long as you had positions available to enter these lower points, man, it's paying off. We're doubling everything we touch now. Okay, staying on track. ADA, barely down yesterday after the biggest candle on the planet. There's tons of strength here. I can't even believe that we didn't fall more than this after a candle like that. It's just gigantic. So yeah, we are probably going to look for even higher highs. We broke through this level right here. Oh, we didn't. Well, barely. I guess we're still playing with it, but we'll see how that goes. I would expect a few more days of upside before we do anything. It's really toppy though, so I would not be entering. But if you've got a position still, hang on to it for a little longer. I'm holding on to mine. At least that's what I'm reading from this chart. We'll see on that. Stellar, we just started our green zone. We had a golden cross, and we have the 100 cross above the 200. So we are entering green zone on Stellar, and this is primed for a breakout. With the golden cross under your belt, there's usually some upside. So we'll see. We've got a giant wedge on Stellar, and so we have a 20% target before any significant rejection on here. Dogecoin, you all know my opinion. I'm not trading this right now. It's way too high above its averages. We're out in no man's land. Ethereum Classic, looking spectacular. Finally exited the red zone, and we just need a consolidation between the 50 and the 100, and then we'll have another breakout. So that's looking really nice. EOS, looking beautiful. This is exactly what we want to see. Our 100's pretty high, so we might do a little consolidation before we even attempt the 100, but it's still looking good. Like, talk about buying at the bottom. This is really nice looking. Link, we actually did find support off the 50, so that's amazing. And since the 50 is curving upward, if we can get squeezed here, we'll kind of have direction on our next move. A nice long consolidation is exactly what the doctor orders for a drop like this. And this bounce here was pretty rocky. So if we can consolidate, then we'll get direction. Either we're going to break out the bottom or the top. So we're in a no trade zone right now. Neo, this is looking spectacular. This looks really nice. It's probably going to come back for one more grab at the bottom, but our 50 is coming up, so this looks nice. Atom, we are looking pretty vertical. This thing looks kind of wacky. Watch out for Atom. When it does go up, it goes up fast, and then it comes back down just as fast. it just gets it's really jagged. So we had a sudden up, we got some consolidation, another sudden up, we got a little more upside. I'd be taking profits if you're here. Raven coin. So I think Skeetoville, I hadn't had a chance to reply to your comment, but I liked what you said about how Binance did not have this wick. So very interesting. The structure itself looks really nice. The bodies are in line. We are rejecting off the 200. So we are consolidating under, and we'll probably have another push. There's a ton of upside here. Tezos, we broke out of the red zone, followed the 50 for quite a while. Too long for me, so I was actually out over here. But now here we are. We're testing the 100. So step 2. I guess this has more strength than I gave it credit for. So we don't always get these things perfect, but we try. These are all the stable coins, so we'll skip those. Digibyte is having a sweet day. Look at this beautiful coin. Man, those people that traded this right when we exited the red zone, it is paying off, because we're at a 50% gain right here. So anyway, we've got tons of upside. This looks really nice. We'll probably have to have a consolidation at some point, but yeah, boy, this was a beautiful move this morning. We consolidated for like 3 days, and we're back up. So what are we reaching for? We're definitely looking for maybe a 142, because that's our resistance here. Plus, that's where our 100-week moving average is. But it's just slow and steady. This is great. Well, it's not that slow, but it's looking good. Steam is doing exactly what we want to see. Kind of hard to see, but yeah, broke out of the red zone, rejected off the 100, found support on the 50 again, retesting the 100. We're ready for our next move. This will probably break out in the next within the next week for sure, and we'll probably be testing the 200. So step by step, these are just looking really good. BTS looks good. Waves, we are definitely gathering momentum. So we had kind of a wild run here. We'll see what happens. We have this broadening formation going though, so it'll be interesting to see how things play out around the 24,000 Satoshi mark. NEM looks amazing. It's breaking out the top of its channel, getting resistance on our trend lines, which is natural. Decred, what can you say? We're above the 100-week moving average, solid in the red zone or the green zone, and just still cruising along. So that looks amazing. By the way, these you don't buy in the green zone. You buy when you exit the red zone. So we're not going to be buying more here, but for those that are in, you're in a great spot. So congratulations to those that are in, but we don't buy in the green zone. This is red zones are where we are looking to buy. Green zones are where we are looking for exits. So just so you know on that. Firo, I've been watching it for quite a while. Maybe it'll pull one of those. It'll pull a Tezos. We might be able to get strength above here. 0x had this massive pump, and I was wondering what the other side of this would look like. Oftentimes it comes down just as fast. The fact that we found support off of the 50-week and we're starting to move up is pretty amazing. We definitely need a lot of consolidation to recover from a move like this. So this is not what I'd be entering, but if you're in, nice work. Because I'm in, but I've exited a portion since it not only doubled but tripled. And I still have a final portion that I'm just hanging on to, and we'll see how things pan out there. Engine had a monster day yesterday. That was quite amazing. But today, being an indecision candle is completely merited. I have no idea where this is headed. I would trade exactly like this after a day like that. We definitely need some sideways. If we get plenty of sideways, like as in a month worth, we'll definitely know more about which direction we're headed. but the averages are loving it. We crossed the 100, the 50 crossed the 100 recently, so it'd be nice to get all the averages in the same spot, and then it will make a decision. Hedera hash graph, we're struggling, and we managed to close above the 200, so that's positive. This one actually has done a fair amount of consolidation, and this breakout is likely going to create some more bullish upside momentum. Loom, I don't know what's going on here. this this does not look very pretty. You don't like to see wicks like this, but I guess it kind of has a history, so maybe it does this a lot. But just keep in mind that these happen at tops usually. So anyway, market is thin on Loom, but if we can keep our body above this, we actually might see a little bit more upside. There's only been 3 days of upside, so it could have something, but I'd keep your finger on the trigger here if you're in, since I don't know, it's just kind of ugly to have a blow up day. But I mean, I don't see anything really bearish here, so you'll have to see what you think about that one. Lisk recently exited the red zone, and we're getting payoff for the past few days, rejecting off the 100, which is just step 2, you know. So this looks just fine. Hive doing the exact same thing, looking awesome. Mana, we talked about this one yesterday. We are definitely getting here. If we can get up above this, we are likely to have a sweet breakout to the upside. So that is looking nice. Mona exiting the red zone, testing the 100. Metal, we slipped back through the 100, so that wasn't great. But since we found momentum off of the 50, now we're back up again. So there's nothing wrong with this type of consolidation above our more recent price action. So this is looking bullish to me. Rep Auger, Rep V2, we're out of the red zone. It's a one-day red zone, but doesn't matter. This is an exit of the red zone, and I'm in this one looking for upside. Wax just barely exited the red zone. So this one is a prime situation. You can see how many of these altcoins are out of the red zone, though. Like, almost everything that was in the red zone is now out. That's why the altcoin market looks so amazing. This will fuel averages on the total broad altcoin market. So there will be a good trade here. We've got a lower low here. We've got support a tiny bit higher. We had a rejection off the 50. We slid down and hung next to it, and we're just breaking out now. A close above this level here will pretty much confirm to everybody that there's a lot of upside on Wax and that we finally had our bottom. So anyway, this looks amazing. Wax looks really good. GLM, same story, different coin. Same thing on Stratus. They changed it, so they changed their ticker. But yeah, this looks really nice. We are about to break out of the 100. Tomorrow's probably going to be a green day because I'm just looking at all the structure on all these coins. KMD is breaking above the 100. This looks bullish. Where's our next stop? Most likely the 200, which is a solid 50% upside. So this looks amazing. Ardor trading perfectly in between this range, ready for a breakout. Zen, my ugly trade that I exited. So you can't tell the future. This looked ugly and I exited, and that's how it goes. Just waiting to see what it decides to do next, but I probably won't be re-entering until we find either good consolidation and signs of breakout, or support off the 200. But like I said, we're not really entering coins in the green zone, so if I pull the trigger early, then I'm just gonna have to be patient, wait for another red zone or something like that. So this could be months before I get back into this guy. Anyway, so we got comp, found support off the 200. I don't know if we're gonna get a higher high, but after this move, we expect it. So we wait and we see. But comp looks good. Not a place where I'd be buying, but if you're holding, we want to see how we do above the 200. Altcoin looks really impressive. We are totally testing the upper side of this, and we're above all of our averages. So this could be a pretty good move. Exiting the red zone at 16 satoshis. This is going to be a really nice trade. I have not hit my double yet on this, but we'll get there. GRS looking awesome. Ignis just ranging between the 50 and 100. Same story, different coin. Verge. Now here, we're looking for a breakout. This is our prior top at 53. And we even climbed a little higher during today's price action. If we close right up here, we're ready for another run. You can see that we're about to have a golden cross. So for long-term investors, so the thing about golden crosses are, when you have a golden cross and the price is near the golden cross, it's a really nice entry. If you're way up above a golden cross, then you'll likely pull back into the cross before you move up. And so this price action here is just spectacular. Congratulations to those who are in, and I still think you could probably still get into this one because there's probably gonna be some good upside here. Entry point before was like 45 when we exited the red zone, and then finally another chance at like 35. So if you were trading the zones, you would already be in, but even then, like, we're not too far away from that. 45 versus 52. So anyway, so ARK's trading right in its range, just looking absolutely beautiful. EDR doesn't look so great. Just barely exited on EMC2. We exited with authority. So we may want to wait for the rejection off the 100 if you wanted to enter. You don't necessarily want to enter exactly. Well, if the candle's too tall, it's kind of a 50-50 whether it'll pay off or not. Small positions, though. These are the smaller coins down here. NMR looks really good. We found support and consolidation after going above the 50, so there's probably a good upside swing here. Solve is threatening to come out of the red zone. Yesterday we exited for the first time. This is really hard to see, sorry. Yesterday we exited for the first time, and I think we still need a little time to convince investors that we're out. So keep your eyes on that one, but it could be a good entry point for sure. BTM is breaking out, testing our 100, so that's right on schedule. IOTA had a massive day yesterday, and now we're paying the price for it. This is what usually happens after a giant candle. That's why I'm always exiting at the end of day near these giant candles. But so yeah, I mean, I did exit some yesterday, but I still have a position in this because we're way above all of our trends. Like, we're even above the 50 week, and that's every trend that we have. This is, yeah, from the price history, there's no other trends that we were waiting for. We're in blue sky territory. We just got a little too excited. So we'll have to see. If we break down below here, then I'll probably close my trade. But in the meantime, I'm keeping the rest. And if we can consolidate up here, who knows? Might have more upside. You never know. Algo, this is very vertical, guys. Let's just say I did take a little profits because double was like right here for me. And so this is a very big candle. We've been watching it forever though, and we were loving this straight line. When we finally broke out the top of our line, we just really broke out. So we will likely come back, and we'll probably consolidate a bit in the best case scenario. We're pretty high. Like, this is fairly high for this coin. Our normal price range price action is like around 3,000. We are above that. So if you have some, I would definitely reevaluate your position size. Make sure you put some of this in your pocket. There's no reason to walk away, because you know my education on how to trade is that we're not just, this isn't the big casino. We're not just gambling. We don't put it all on black. When we trade, we are always looking to take profit, and we're always looking for good entrances. but we don't. It's not an all or nothing type of trading strategy that I'm teaching. We don't put it all in and just hope for the moon, and everything. You don't just put it all on the table. So anyway, this is where you take a little bit of profit if you're trading this by hand. The rest of these are getting kind of smaller, so maybe we'll just kind of skip through a couple. I know a lot of you follow Vertcoin. We're doing exactly what we should, finding support on the 100. Let's see any other main ones. I know VRC somebody was asking about. It's pretty flat. Yep, Feathercoin broke out a while ago, and we are above the 200. So this consolidation is awesome because we moved quite a bit to get to here. So it's coiling for another break and most likely to the upside. So Feathercoin's looking nice. Let's see what else is kind of a bigger coin. Library coin, it's in the green zone. Nothing huge though. We're having a giant wedge. So we'll kind of see how this plays out. OK coin just exited the red zone and trying to get above that 100. IOC is a coin I trade. It had a massive breakout, so we're kind of recovering from that, but looking strong. Like that's actually looking pretty good. This one we got rejected off the 200, and we will likely test it again, probably coming up here soon. We'll see how we do on NAV. UBQ's having a good day. We finally bounced off of the 50, and we're testing the 100. And you can just see how there's a pattern all the way across the board. It's funny how there are so many different coins, but they're all trading almost exactly the same. There are some that are having down days, like this one's down 13%, and this is just because we just launched. Like if you go from 17 Satoshis to 245, good luck sustaining that. So this is one that I've completely exited, and I'm waiting on the sidelines big time to see where the actual bottom is. So anyway, so the ones that are down kind of have a good reason to be down. Let's see. Okay, so that's all those. A couple DeFis, definitely in the green zone for Theta, and we are finding support on the 50. We'll see if we can keep the momentum going. The second you find a day where we've closed below the 50, I'd be exiting this though. That's the exit of the green zone. If we close below the 50. So yeah, keep your eyes on this. Right now it looks nice, and we are definitely breaking above our recent bodies. I bet there's more upside here. VeChain is one that we covered recently, and I've been expecting us to just range, and we are, but we're right there. Like this is where our breakout would be if we were to get out of this section. So we're on the 200 day. Our long-term pivot line is 104. We're trading at 102. So there could be a break here. This is kind of a big move 4 days in a row, so it would probably be best if we could kind of pull back and retest kind of rapidly. But a break to the upside is looking pretty imminent, I'd say within the next few weeks. AGI, just looking awesome, doing really good on that breakout. But yeah, this is not when you're entering. You are happy because you entered here, or even here. But yeah, we're not buying this one. We're in already, and we're holding. BNB, I know some people have gotten really excited about BNB, Binance coin, because it has pretty much doubled recently. But what hasn't doubled, right? The thing that makes this one amazing is that we finally climbed above these two long-term pivot lines. This one actually started back here, but anyway, this is pretty good. If we retest these highs here, there's still a lot of upside, but Rome wasn't built in a day, and we've crossed all of our trends all in one move. So it's going to need some consolidation before we're sold on it. I'd probably be looking for a little bit of profits at this point if you were in early. Band, oh man, this looks amazing. just everything looks good. So Everything looks really good. We've got dot breaking out of its yeah, this is all-time high right here. So that's impressive. So when we're up in blue sky land, it's hard to tell where the target is. Normally it's the this is a bull flag. I'd say our target is like 116, 110 satoshis. We probably have a double on the table here. But yeah, I'd be scared to buy this. This is not one I'd be entering right now. RSR, it's trading above the range that it's traded in since September. If we do anything, we'll probably come back and test this high. I should probably just put this in so you can see it. This is our pivot line. We broke out really hard. Finally got above it, breakout. And so we need a few days. We'll probably retest it, and then we'll see where it goes from there. CRO, we just might test star 50. This just might happen. So that one's looking interesting. Uni, a while ago, we talked about this back when I covered it, and I said I'd be taking profits in here because we're almost to our all-time high. And that turns out to be good advice. 2020, hindsight is 2020. But we have a support here. There's no doubt that this is a pivot line. So the question is what will happen next? This one's a little iffy. You kind of want to be entering these when we exit, when we break above the 50. And another entrance could have been here when we broke above this major pivot line. But I wouldn't be buying this. Right now we're kind of in a no trade zone. If you're in and you're wondering where it's going next, I bet there are a lot of investors watching this line right here. So the body is where the line should be, but I'd be a little conservative. I think we'll go with the top of this because I don't know if investors will be sold on it yet. You want to kind of you want to get the best case scenario. If we close just in the vicinity of the line, then this is going to be really hard to tell whether we've broken out or not. There has to be no room for doubt. So if we close, I'd say at around 50,000 satoshis, it'll be pretty obvious that we've broken out. And if that's true, we will likely retest our top pivot line. And you know what's going to happen with this cup and handle here. If we retest here and make a handle, this will blow up. Well, there's a lot of upside on this. So yeah, I mean, if you're on the sidelines, I would not be trading this right now, but I might be tempted to buy in if we close above this top line, because there's a lot of upside in the structure of this. But yeah, be very careful. If you're in, I'd take the risk and ride it for a little longer because there's nothing weak going on here. Okay, so I think that's just about everything. Oh yeah, somebody at the very end of the last thing said I should look at one, and we had talked about it. And this was one I was like, yeah, it's been kind of a rough coin, but I was like, wait a minute, well, we did exit the red zone. Boy, if you entered in at anywhere from 22 to 25, this one's already paid off pretty good. And when you see a coin that does this, and then the recovery is only a couple of bars down, that's still above the 50% mark, there's a lot of strength here, and that's showing today. So we're off to the races, but it's getting toppy. We're here at 100%. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, our all-time. I don't know if that's the all-time. Okay, our most recent highs are in the 114, so that's another double from where we are here. I would probably be exiting well before then. But anyway, that's kind of how I would trade that. But you can see there are so many coins that are just absolutely exploding, and Bitcoin is showing no weakness. This is a strong Bitcoin, and we've lost 1.25% Bitcoin dominance. It's absolutely all season, and all season is going to just go nuts if we get a solid move above this here. The breakout here is just gigantic. So alts might be doing pretty well for a while. And what will fuel this is these major alts. Like Bitcoin Cash looks like crap, BSV looks like crap, and these are all our top 10 coins, right? Tron has barely even started. Litecoin hasn't even started. So if we really hit those major high targets on our total market cap, it's going to be from our majors that haven't done anything. So once the majors get on board, it's going to fly. The microcaps are just having a heyday, but we haven't even seen anything from here. The only one that ever did anything so far this run is Ethereum. Like our Ethereum trade would have been from like 0.03 and a max of 0.04. Huge amount of money, but a fairly small percent gain. So if we do get some momentum and we push up here, then that'll be awesome. We did have a golden cross, and we're pulling back to the cross because we were too high above it. But we will, if we can get some momentum and get going, that will help our Bitcoin dominance. The target on Bitcoin dominance is 50%. If we break out, and that could happen very easily. And it's these coins, these major coins that we're waiting to get those to budge. So anyway, a lot of fun, super interesting day. It'll be fun to see what happens over the weekend. We'll catch you all later.